Hello and welcome to Tucson, Arizona. I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
So, I'm going to read something and then we're going to get started. FBI agent Lee Harker is assigned to an unsolved serial killer case that takes an unexpected turn, revealing evidence of the occult. Harker discovers a personal connection to the killer and must stop him before he strikes again. That is the title description of Longlegs if you Google it. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. This is a review of Longlegs. I just finished watching it. Now, little preamble. As we've discussed, and if you've watched other videos, you know, I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. I love how crazy Nick Cage gets. I love all the campiness. I love it all. I love his serious acting. I love his crazy acting. This movie fucking sucked. I hated so much about it.
Yeah.
I
was really looking forward to it, too.
Dude, I was looking so forward to it. I picked this over another movie, and now I own this movie, and I will never watch it again.
Well, the previews really sold it as a completely different film.
So there are large swaths of things I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I ever will about this film.
I don't think they're worth diving into.
Dude, sadly I think I'm going to.
Okay.
Because something about this needs some kind of credibility. Because right now it has none. First off, why was it called Longlegs?
That was his name choice.
Why?
I couldn't tell you that.
Why?
That's just what he chose to call
in
himself.
That opening, so the first few minutes, it opens up with this little girl in this beautiful 2-story house, clearly in the middle of a very beautiful snow property in the wintertime. And this beautiful wagon comes rolling up. And this girl goes running downstairs, puts on her coat.
Chevy wagon.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
not a wagon.
So clean. Yeah, a Chevelle wagon.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets halfway to the car in this field of snow and stops. And then hears some stuff, starts walking around the property, and then turns around, and there's Nick Cage in a lot of prosthetics.
Yeah.
Being very white, with very white hair and a very white clothing, with a very shiny silver pinky ring.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying something about it being almost her birthday. And he goes, "Oh, look at me. I'm wearing my long legs.
Beautiful little angel.
Beautiful little angel. I'm wearing my long legs." And then, kneels down, and then it cuts. It cuts to, modern day, and now she's an FBI agent.
Modern day 90s.
Yeah, because this clearly happened in, the 70s. And
78.
Is that when it was?
Yeah.
All right, I missed that part, I guess, or just forgot it because this movie is going to be so forgettable.
It's burned into my brain.
Bro.
I paid attention to it.
The only thing I paid attention to was the god-awful picture of Bill Clinton in the office. That's the only reason I knew we were in the 90s. I was like, oh, clearly it's 94.
That's what stuck to you.
Yeah. So I wanted to love this movie so badly. I wanted to love this movie.
That's something I can agree with you on.
I wanted to get good jump scares.
Yep.
Not one. I wanted to get
lots of setups for jump scares.
Dude, lots of setups.
No jump scares.
The most terrifying thing in this was the yellow eyes.
Yeah.
On the doll.
Yeah.
Dude, it looked good, especially under the veil.
Yeah.
And then when they'd fade in, you're like, ooh, we're going to get something good.
Yeah, that was...
And then
nothing.
It was
very teasy.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You got these porcelain dolls, because Longlegs is a doll maker. And the devil is, I guess, somehow in these dolls in that little metal sphere that they never explain.
Mm-mm.
And it's this little metal sphere, like a big ball bearing, like the size of a cue ball, in the head of these dolls. And the Longlegs, the whole premise is these serial killings are happening, but it's always the father killing an entire family and then himself. But it's clearly induced by somebody else. Someone else's. They're actually convinced someone else is doing the killing, but they can't prove it because there's no evidence of anyone else being there. So you're going on this wild ride. It's happened to 8 or 9 families. and the FBI is trying to figure this out and hunt him down. And it's just they never really explain anything. There's never an answer. So they find this doll at a family's, like a murdered family's house because of a letter. So Longlegs breaks into the main chick's house at one point, like tricks her outside. She goes outside looking for somebody because there's someone like sitting down in a field like half an acre away from her house, and she's freaking out. And while she's out there looking, FBI agent left her freaking door open.
Mm-hmm.
And so Longlegs comes in and leaves her a birthday card. She opens it, and he's been leaving notes at all of these places with a very crazy, cryptic, coded message. And they haven't been able to figure out any of it, but it's always signed Longlegs.
With a cipher.
Dude. So, yeah, so the birthday card he left a note with a cipher. Mm-hmm. So she cracked his code, and she's reading it, and it's scripture from the end days, which is the same scripture that Lord Blackwood used in Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, cool.
So, bro, I think the thing that's sticking with me most is why the hell was he called Longlegs? We never all you ever get is him going, "Oh, I wore my long legs today,"
mm-hmm.
and then it cuts away. What the actual does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's pointless. It never pays off.
Mm.
It's a great title name. It could be something great, and wasn't. So you find out he's like using this old time dark magic to like put essence of the devil into these dolls. I don't understand how that essence was in her, because her mom winds up shooting this doll,
mm-hmm.
and then the little black smoke leaves her head. What was that about? There was black smoke in the doll. There's black smoke in her. So the devil's in her. And how did the devil get in her if she wasn't okay with it? Like, there's so many questions.
Littered with unanswered questions.
Yeah, it's all set up and no delivery. The only two cool images for my money that I got from this entire film was the yellow eyes on the doll that they showed twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's eerie. Like, because it's a pretty interesting color yellow underneath a doll in a black veil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, this is going to look cool. Something's about to pop off. Nope. The eyes out of nowhere start becoming yellow, and then they fade away again, and that's it. That's all you get. And then the other scene is when the mother is finally explaining the deal with the devil that she somehow made, that there's an image of her as the main FBI agent sitting on her bed as like a 9-year-old girl, and the devil just like appears as like a black shadow, kind of misty thing with his big horns behind her, and then goes away. It's 2 seconds of clip. There's no payoff in this movie. The whole thing sucked from beginning to end, and I'm skipping a lot and it feels like I'm skipping a lot. There actually nothing happened. Like, nothing's going on. Longlegs kills himself
in the second act.
in the second act by bashing his head. He got arrested. He allowed himself to get arrested, and they never explain how they found him. He's in the middle of nowhere
At a bus stop.
Mm-hmm. In the middle of nowhere.
They found him through because she found the picture of him. So the FBI probably tracked him through the picture somehow.
But there's no explanation.
No explanation.
You're just jump to, she finds this old picture.
My favorite in that scene too is when they pull up like on them all heavy, and the squad cars pull in before the SWAT car. Like the SWAT car's all the way in the back. I don't know why that made me. It just made me giggle.
What made me?
Because they would never do it like that.
What made me crack up was how fast the SWAT truck was.
Yeah.
Like, they all come cooking in, and the SWAT truck's holding on to those cop cars. Like, yeah, what? Okay. Like, the whole movie was god awful. There wasn't a single redeeming quality to this. Like, I'm pissed that I've bought this movie. Like, hoping for just one jump scare. And the only one that was coming up, I knew was coming, and I even said, bah, to your mom at the same time as it happened, and she actually jumped. She didn't jump because I did anything. I didn't even do it aggressively. I was just like, bah.
Yeah,
because as it's happened, like, I knew it was going to happen. and she was like, "Whoa," and that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the only
and
thing.
it's not going to get a seasoned vet, someone who like tries to watch these films. You see it coming because you can see that the eyes can open,
I was waiting for a cat.
dude.
Yeah, it
This
was
whole
rough.
movie,
Did you see
dude.
the Did you see the previews for it at all?
No,
You
I
didn't?
I deliberately once I knew I'd read an article once, very briefly when they were still making this movie, like it was still in like post production, but it was getting ready to come out, and they said that Nick Cage's like look in it was eerie as hell,
Mm.
and that the woman had a hard time sitting across the table from him because it was like so freaky and everything. I was like, dude, this is gonna be sick.
Mm.
Like, I don't know where Nick Cage is gonna go with this, but he's gonna go somewhere. He can't fucking go anywhere.
No. Yeah,
Dude.
the previews were sold as a completely different movie.
Yeah, this sucked. It's some weird devil trying to like. It's a weird story about like the devil trying to collect little girls, and like he came for this one girl, and the mom was like getting ready to make it, and like made a deal like, oh hey, I'll deliver these dolls for you, so Longlegs doesn't have to anymore because Longlegs is making these dolls in her basement, and his whole premise was he'd take these dolls with a little bit of devil in them so the devil could be sitting there eyewitness this. Like, well, the devil showed up behind her. Why the hell didn't the devil just show up there? How is the devil making these people, making these dads kill everybody? Makes no sense. But anyways, so Longlegs in the very like apparently what he was doing was showing up claiming to be from a church and saying that, oh, congratulations, you've won a gift from the church, and then it's a doll, and it's a doll that looks like the little girl who's about to turn 9, and then the doll comes in, and then somehow the devil makes the father go crazy and kill the whole family, and then himself, so the devil can get the little girl's soul. Dude,
they don't even explain that.
It doesn't, but I'm having to piece this. This is me having to try to piece this together. They don't give you a lot of this. Like, they did say that he wants the girls to be with him forever. But what's that got to do with killing the whole damn family? Like, and if you're in your Bible at all, which this thing's kind of trying to, like, push you to understand what one part of Revelation, which is like one of the more infamous parts, is because it's describing the beast, and like, I'm so tongue tied trying to figure out a way to shit on this movie because it sucked that bad.
No,
there is nothing good
you're
about it.
You're gonna argue with me about it.
Like,
the second it ended, I looked at you and I gave it 2 thumbs
yeah,
down.
I was just like, I was like, well, that just happened.
Yeah.
Like, I wasted an hour and a half of my day when I was torn between 2 movies to watch. And
what was the other one called again?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
So I was torn between 2 movies to watch. This one I've been waiting for quite a while, like 6 or 7 months or whatever. And I thought for sure it was going to be great because I love Nick Cage. Like, and I don't blame Nick Cage for this. This is writing. This is god-awful writing. Like, whoever came up with this.
One of the things that got me, that really irritated me with it, was the whole cipher thing, like, comes into play, and then once she figures out the inverted triangle, it just goes away.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about it anymore. There's no more trying to solve it. There's no more. It just goes away. Like, I felt like the cipher was really like just a rip off of Zodiac, and then they just like were like, once they were done with it, they just threw it out the window.
True.
Yeah.
You can hear no arguments from me. Like, it. Yeah, when you introduce a cipher, it's because you should have a long running, like,
yeah, it should go
be
through the whole movie.
Yeah, through line. Like, it should be like the last 10 minutes, or if it's a really good story and it's really big build up of action at the end, maybe figure it out 20 minutes before the end.
Yeah,
they
completely.
But it should be near the tail end of the 3rd act. You should be like, someone should be like, oh my god, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we already have people headed over here. It's a trap. Like, tension. There was no tension in this whole damn. I was so relaxed. I almost fell asleep, bro.
Same. I was very relaxed.
I had to get up. I mean, fortunately, I got a delivery from Amazon, so like I had to get up, and I was like, oh, thank God, because I was like, I'm fading
Falling out
fast. So I had to get up, get my delivery, and I was like, okay, cool. Walked around a little bit. Now I'm awake again.
where I really first started to see the movie fall apart pretty rapidly was Longlegs, his really abrupt death at the end of the second act, and they actually broke the movie up in 3 acts. There's a part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Yeah, chapter 1, chapter 2,
And
chapter 3.
He abruptly dies at the end of the second one, and then it starts the third one, and then I was like, well, where the fuck are they going to go from here? And then the whole big reveal of the mother being the partner was so underwhelming. Like, it was just like, I didn't even go nothing. It didn't. I had zero reaction to it.
Well, and some of it, dude, I can't even say anything. Like, this is gonna sound stupid because it wasn't that it was obvious. Like, in some films, you can be underwhelmed because something's too obvious. Like,
it wasn't super obvious,
but like, it's obvious she knows some stuff.
Yeah,
because she's like, I've done everything to forget everything.
Yeah, and I don't remember what happened that day. Yeah,
yeah. I deliberately forget everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've done my best to not remember anything. It's like, yeah, okay.
She's
like,
too elusive.
Yeah, like, well, clearly, and she's laying it on thick.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even the actress. Like, the actress was doing
I thought the acting
job.
in the movie was really good. I didn't like
the
Nick
writing.
Cage.
The writing sucked. See, and I didn't mind Nick Cage. I think he was as creepy as he needed to be for a devil worshiper, like a true blue, all-in Satan worshiper. Like, he's corrupted entirely, and he's like making ways to have the devil kill people. I guess
he lost me.
Like, he definitely, like, I think his acting was fine. I think the prosthetics were over the top. I don't understand the motive. Like, they never explain
anything.
Like, not one. The only thing they explain is why. I don't even say why, but like, they explain the opening scene. Like,
yeah,
they show you the opening scene. You're like, what the hell's going on here? And then in the third act, they go back to the opening scene and explain like what actually happened, why he was there at their house. But like, she's got a picture. She's like, I never threw anything away. I forgot everything, but I never threw anything away. All your stuff is still in your room. And she goes up there, and then she finds a picture of Longlegs. And then they're like, here he is. This is him. And then they arrest him. And then he sings 24 minutes of Happy Birthday to her. And then she goes in and is talking to him. And he's like, keeps talking about the man downstairs. And
it's whoever you want it to be.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I'm going to be a little bit everywhere. And like, oh my God, dude, it sucked so bad.
Yeah. When I watched the last movie I saw in theater was Kingdom of Planet of the Apes, and one of the previews for it was Longlegs.
Okay.
And I got fired the fuck up for it. Yeah, because it looked awesome. It looked like a really cool, suspenseful thriller with some like scary stuff in it. But I didn't realize at the time that Nick Cage was playing Longlegs because they don't really show him in the preview that much. But the way that they stretched out the preview, they had it very suspenseful and like very dark, and like I was like, dude, this is gonna be really good. So I was like really looking forward to seeing it. The trailer as opposed to the delivery was two completely different things to me.
I'm so like,
I know. The best part of that movie was the Tillamook ice cream sandwiches that we ate.
I feel like I've been robbed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like someone pickpocketed me. They're like, hey,
you
bro.
got Skyrim pickpocketed.
Yeah. Hey, give me $20. And then here, I'm going to slap you in the face.
And take 50.
Yeah. Like, oh, dude, it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Words cannot describe how.
And sorry for doing like a spoiler filled for a newer movie, but we really, the second we finished it, we both knew that we had to get out here and talk about the fact that it sucked.
I dislike this movie so much.
Yeah.
I've skipped over all of the boring bits and just got right into the, hey, I hated this part, and I hated this part, and I hated this part.
And you know what? Throughout the whole movie, I held on to like
hope.
I really did the entire movie.
Me too.
And then the second it ended, I was like, no.
Bro, I thought for sure once he smashed his head against the table and Act 3 started, I was like, oh shit,
it's gonna get intense.
Pop off.
See,
like there's gonna be chasing. There's gonna be like
Yeah.
whatever. You know, the
Nothing.
devil's gonna show up. There's gonna be a bunch. No, and then what you do get is the FBI agent's mom putting 2 shotgun shells
Into the
into
special agent.
into the special agent who was there with her, which,
I forgot about that.
dude, like, okay. And then she's walking away, and she's in the house looking for her mom, and she takes off to go find her, and she's out in a field, and what looks like she's holding a shotgun to a little girl, and then you get up, and it's a doll that is clearly
Her daughter.
Her daughter,
Mhm.
and she's like, he's gone, so you're free, and then she pops the doll's head, and this black smoke from this little ball bearing goes flying off, and the little black smoke comes out of her head, and then she falls out,
Mhm.
and then she wakes up in her bed, and then as
She
is
wakes
happening,
up in Longlegs' bed.
that's right, and as this is happening, but it's the same bed, because as is happening, you're getting exposition, like an exposition dump, and it's the mom basically telling the story of how this all came to be.
Mhm.
Longlegs showed up to give her a doll. She told her to get off the damn property, and then he does this weird rhyme or whatever,
Mhm.
like I'll come back not once or not twice, but as many times I want.
Mhm.
It's like well, okay, and then the next scene is a doll sitting in the corner with yellow eyes for all of 2 seconds, and Longlegs is hog tying the mom, getting ready to kill her, and then she's like, and I made a deal that I would, take over his work, and I would sit there and I would watch the whole thing to make sure it happened right. It's like, why would you need to sit there the whole time if the devil's there
Mhm.
doing it all? Why would you need to witness it?
Mhm.
You just roll up, drop off the doll, and book it. The devil's going to know it's done right because he's literally in the doll in the room causing all of it to happen.
Mhm.
The whole, none of it makes any sense.
Mhm.
When you really start thinking about it, why would you need a witness? The devil's the one doing it.
Mhm.
Somehow he's controlling the father, which I don't understand how that works.
Mhm.
And then the father even knows what he's going to be doing, and he does it anyway. And then they go to his her captain or whatever, and he's the final victim. And then she's like, gets the girl. She's like, let's get out of here. And then it ends, and it's like, well, did either one of you escape?
Mhm.
Did the devil pop up and go, rawr, don't take my souls? I don't, dude, the
Yeah, it
whole
was a
thing's
flop.
so stupid.
Flop.
It is the worst Nick Cage film ever. And I feel dumber having watched it.
I award you no points.
Exactly. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Simple
Whoever
no
wrote
would've
this
been right.
film needs a swift kick in the nuts.
Who did write it?
Whoever wrote it sucks at life.
Let's see what else he's done.
Probably nothing. This was probably a student film, and how they got funding is beyond. This had to go through a group of people to get approved to be made. All of those people deserve punishment. This movie sucks so bad. I really hope the next movie we watch doesn't zap my soul the way this one did. This sucks so bad. Not a fan.
Oz Perkins.
Yeah. Screw you, Oz Perkins.
Oh, he did Legally Blonde.
Which was a better film. Legally Blonde was a better film. That's the writer?
Psycho 2. No, the
What?
director.
Get the fuck out of
The
here.
director. Oz Perkins.
The same one who did Psycho 2.
Psycho 2. And Nope.
And Nope?
And Nope. The Black Coat's Daughter. You ever heard that?
No.
Me neither.
But you did Psycho 2.
And
One
not-
of the most
Not another
infamous.
teen movie.
How? Bro? Nope. And Psycho 2. Psycho 2, arguably one of the greatest, horror films.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same guy directed this.
It looks like he wrote it, too.
Fucking what? Stop writing movies, dude. You're not good at it. Direct them. Because Psycho 2 is amazing. And I haven't seen Nope, but I'm aware of it. And I've heard it's really good.
I liked Get Out. I didn't really like Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I heard
Nope was very slow. Very, very slow.
Because I heard Nope was good, but what's the other one?
Get Out?
No. There's a third one.
Oh, I didn't know there was a third one.
He's done 3.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Get Out was good. I liked it.
I did too.
It was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it by myself.
Fun thriller.
And I was like, I didn't know anything about it.
Mm.
I was just like, I'll watch this. Watched it. And as it went on, I was like, this is just like mind-boggling.
Mm.
Like, good movie. I'll never watch it again.
Mm.
But it was good. I was like, whoa, that was gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really gnarly. But he did one more. Is Nope the one where they're trying to get pictures of the alien ship?
Yeah.
Okay, he did one more that I didn't watch. I've only seen Get Out. Because that's Peele making those are Peele's films. He did 3. I know that.
I'm only seeing Get Out and Nope.
See, there's supposed to be a third one, or maybe he's coming out with a third one. Maybe that's what it was. I could have swore he did another one. Us. Yeah, he did Us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And see, what's interesting is most people, like even Leach, liked Nope more than Us.
I liked Us. The Hands Across America bit. I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I'm aware of it.
I liked it. The family was super eerie and creepy.
Like I'm aware of it, and it seems like something I would enjoy because of the others.
I think you would.
So I don't know, dude. Don't waste your time, please.
On Longlegs.
I'm on a campaign now to tell everyone I will ever talk to never watch this god awful movie. It is.
Yeah. It was rough, dude. It was rough. It was hard to hold on to throughout the whole film, hoping for it to like make a turn and get really good, and then it ended.
I couldn't even qualify this as a horror film.
No, not even close.
Like, and the devil's literally in it.
Yeah.
Like they show the devil.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
even
this
close.
isn't a horror film.
Mm-mm.
It's a.
Wasn't even a thriller.
Yeah, it wasn't psychological.
Mm-mm.
It was.
It was soft.
It was a thing. Like, it happened. It exists. And now they have money that belonged to me.
Yeah, that was a big miss.
Bro, I am so freaking bummed.
I'm going to show you after this is done, I'm going to show you the preview for it, because I want you to see what the preview looked like, because you'll be like, that looks like a completely different movie.
Yeah, I avoided everything so I can go into this movie. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do, is if I hear about something, I don't want to know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go into it and see what happens.
Okay.
Because I find that if I read too much into something, I'll never watch it. Like,
what about previews?
Do modern previews? If I see previews, I probably won't watch it. Like, depending on what it is.
Okay.
If it's like a comedy or just like dumb fun, I don't care. But because 90% of the time, modern people cut trailers together with all the best parts. So you're seeing all the best parts in the trailer, which is stupid marketing. I mean, it's good marketing in order to trick people in, but you're not going to make money continuously, because people are going to be like, the people who go see movies opening weekend, like I used to. Like, I don't really go to the theater anymore. Like, I try to avoid that. So, like, every time I'm like, oh, let's go watch that when it comes out, I'm like, nah, I got no interest. Like, every time your mom says, oh, we're going to watch that, I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, it's a hassle. It's expensive. I'd rather just wait. I can avoid learning about a film and then watching it in the comfort of my own home. I got a great sound system and a big enough TV. Like, I don't need that. I try to avoid learning too much about things. If it's Deadpool, cool. I'll watch all the trailers just because it's fun. I know what I'm going. I know what I'm signing up for. If it's a thriller or like a whodunit, or in some cases action films, I try to avoid it. because
Oh, okay.
it's always the best stuff. And then you go there, and if you're if you're one of the opening weekend people, and you're seeing all the trailers, and you're like, dude, this looks kick ass, and then you go watch it, and you're like, that movie sucked, and all the best parts are in the trailer.
I love trailers.
Then I will go tell all my friends, save your time, save your money. All the best parts are in the trailer. Everything else sucks. Don't waste your money. Word of mouth kills film, especially in the modern day of YouTube and Facebook and everything else. People will get the word out real fast. Like, hey, don't waste your time and your money. This movie was god awful. The only 2 good scenes you get in the trailer. Wait till it comes out on demand and watch it for free. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll enjoy trailers, but there are certain types of movies that I try not to spoil for myself.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And I'm such a curious person just by nature that if I find something intriguing or if I find myself being really like, well, what's going on here, then I'll deep dive and I'll learn everything about a movie, and then I'll never watch it because I already know everything about it. Like we were talking about one the other day. It's I've heard nothing but good things, but I know all about it now. The one where the people go to the British house. They meet a family on vacation. They go there to England and stay at these people's house in the middle of nowhere.
We talked about this?
I think so. It's a newer movie. There's an American version just got made.
Oh, See No Evil?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil.
Yeah. I know the whole thing because I was like, what is this? What is this? And I saw a few trailers and I was like, I don't understand. And then I read too much and now I know the whole movie. So it's like, all right, I don't need to watch it. So if I do my best to avoid something, I just stay the hell away and then I'll try watching it. And I wish I'd have done a deep dive on this one now because I could have saved myself a lot of time. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I wonder what the general consensus reviews of this movie.
Hopefully awful.
Probably.
I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Like, what's the Rotten Tomato on this? Not that that matters because they're almost always wrong. But Longlegs. What really pisses me off is that the only thing I saw from Leech. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Popular. Number 2 most searched crime movie on streaming. You have The Joker, Longlegs, Batman, Fritz Lang M, Scarface, The Dark Knight, Legend, Pulp Fiction, Silence of the Lambs, Shawshank Redemption. Literally all of those movies are better than this.
Oh, by far.
It's the second most searched.
I think it's just because it's new.
It sucks so bad. It is god awful. Let's see. Why did he call himself Longlegs? Well, Longlegs is one of the most talked about movies right now in 2024, and rightfully so. While Nicolas Cage's character Longlegs is central to the plot, the origin of his name remains unexplained within the story. Perkins revealed that the name was chosen simply because it sounded good to him. Despite its ominous tone, the name is not meant to have a significant backstory or meaning. The whole damn movie didn't have a significant backstory or meaning. Is the movie Longlegs a good movie?
Is that the question?
Yeah. All I did was type in Longlegs, and I'm scrolling down to people also
frequently asked questions, yeah.
Longlegs isn't as great as the classic 90s horror films it resembles, but it provides a gripping serial killer tale nonetheless. Content collapsed.
I wouldn't call
Osgood
it gripping.
Perkins' horror film is artier than any other new movie I saw this summer. A lot of people wanted to know if it's a true. It's not a true story.
No.
People, you stupid. Why is the killer called Longlegs? What does Longlegs mean in slang? What is Longlegs' real name? What is the point of Longlegs? Longlegs targets families with daughters born on the 14th and leaves cryptic, satanic-coded messages at the crime scenes. As Lee delves deeper into the investigation, she uncovers a series of occult clues and disturbing discoveries that suggest a connection between the murders and her own past. When did that happen? Seriously, what? Like, am I forgetting things? She delves deeper into the investigation. How deep did she go?
Not very deep. She figured out the cipher.
Because it was handed to her.
Yeah. I mean, you're asking. I'm telling.
It was given to her in a birthday card she wasn't supposed to open till the 14th.
Yeah.
And which is her birthday.
And she opened it early.
And she opened it early. And she cracked the code right away. And like you already said, once the code was cracked, the code disappears. None of it matters anymore. Because now she's able to crack the whole thing. She sees this weird triangle thing.
Well, the thing that got me too is when he pulled out when they went to a separate murder, and he pulled out the birthday card that had another cipher on it, and she just figured it out by looking at it real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, down
That's
low,
not how ciphers work.
down low, too slow.
She just and she was like, I stared at it too long. I was like, come on, man. That was so lazy. That was like the laziest part of the movie.
And when does she uncover like the fact that it's got ties to her?
With her mom.
The third act.
Yeah.
How disturbing are Longlegs? Okay. How disturbing are Longlegs? So I think how disturbing is Longlegs.
Yeah.
Granted, most reviews will likely single out Cage's incredibly unsettling portrayal of the Longlegs killer. His mannerisms, voice, bizarre behavior, and his nightmarish appearance all add up to one of the creepiest on-screen serial killers on film.
No.
When Cage is over the top in other films, it can be funny at times. Horseshit.
I can't believe it's like being looked at as like a highly rated film.
Dude, are these people seeing something I didn't see?
That we didn't see? Yeah.
Like, is there another version of this film?
Yeah, did we get the knockoff version?
Yeah.
The wish list?
Yeah, is this Temu?
Yeah, is this Temu?
Did I buy this on Temu?
I want the Amazon version.
Dude, like,
I want the tiny home version.
is there a monster in Longlegs? The marketing campaign for writer-director Oz Perkins' horror film Longlegs is a minor miracle. Witness its creation of an eerie, disturbing mood. There are no shots of its titular serial killer, even though he's portrayed by the Oscar-winning king of weird characters, Nicolas Cage. What happened at the end of Longlegs? Agent Carter kills his wife in the kitchen, and just before he goes after his daughter, Lee shoots her mother and breaks the trance. However, Lee runs out of bullets, and the doll is intact. The movie ends with an ominous Hail Satan from Longlegs, leaving the surviving character's fates unclear. Is Longlegs okay for a 15-year-old? We don't normally tell y'all what to see or not to see here at Plugged In, but I'd argue that Longlegs is not appropriate for 15-year-olds. I might even argue it's not appropriate for a whole lot of 55-year-olds. What movie did you watch?
Yeah, I'm so lost here.
What does the ending of Longlegs mean?
That it sucked.
The ending was meant to be tragic, Perkins told Variety. The devil wins again on a small scale. One of the fun things about using the devil as your villain is that the devil never really goes for world domination. That's literally what the devil wants.
Mm-hmm.
Read the Bible, you fool. What's this say? Longlegs ending explained in 60 seconds.
Longlegs ending explained in less than 60 seconds. Some people are saying that the ending is meant to show that it's not over, that Lee is going to have to work for Mr. Downstairs just like her mother did. That is simply not true. The writer and director said everything Longlegs did from crime number 1 to what happened at the end is getting this girl to this place where she does this terrible thing. Doing that to her mum is the flourish. The devil says, yep, I did that and it's over. The devil just likes to F with people. That's the end of it for Lee. She had the worst day possible and now it's over. As for Ruby not being able to destroy her doll and what it means for her future, the director said, it's not my problem. But what does it all mean? Did you know that the film is actually about his relationship with his parents? I have a full 25-minute deep dive into all things Longlegs on my channel, The Mad Wolf Movie Club.
It's actually about his relationship with his parents.
No, I don't buy that.
What?
Mm-mm.
Are you Damien?
I don't know if I trust that guy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. It was. I'm sorry that you spent money on it,
Rachel.
Rachel.
The disappointment is real, folks. Do not watch this film. You will hate every second of it. And if you don't, you're probably retarded.
Or if you do watch it, jump in the comments and agree with us on how bad it was.
I wish I had more energy, but this movie sucked all of it out of me. I'm
with you.
like, I'm having to force myself to come up with words to say about this terrible film.
I'm going to go watch The Batman to cleanse my palate.
Yeah. The last 15 minutes of that sucked, but the rest of it's fantastic. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go to bed because this just like zapped my will to go on for the day.
No, I
and
get
I
it.
still have another day of work ahead of me.
Well, we'll try Cuckoo, see if that's any better.
Yeah, tomorrow. I think now I'm torn. I might be doing some review searching before I watch that. But right now I'm going off of what Leach is saying about films because that dude like goes hard on horror films. But when he touched on this movie, he didn't like discuss just how awful it is. And he never once said, don't watch it. He never said that. And now I'm sad. Like,
what did he say about it?
not much.
Okay.
He's just like, yeah, I mean, it's a movie. He never once said that it's got no plot or a weak, flimsy plot. Like, here's how I'd put it. Very flimsy plot, god-awful, like, lack of direction entirely, like, weak, weak catalyst to get you from scene to scene. He gives up on ideas very quickly. Like, I feel like everything was like the beginning of an idea that's all it was. Like, he was like, oh, I'll do a cipher. And then just like
balls.
and then just gave up. And he's like, I'll do these metal balls. And then just like gave up. I'll do black smoke. And then gave up. There's no understanding to any of it. Like, well, what does the dolls have to do with it? How were the dolls tied to the girls? Why is it that when the mom shot the doll, the daughter faded? And what was the black smoke? Was that like part of the devil? Like, that's, I mean, I don't.
No, I'm with you.
I can't do that enough, dude. Like, this movie was the worst film I've watched in years. I'm
Really?
trying to think of another movie I've seen that disappointed me this bad. I'm really trying to think of one. Like, there's been movies that are like, okay. Like, the Garfield movie disappointed me. But I still found some enjoyment in it. I didn't enjoy, like, there was like 3 or 4 minutes where I was like, okay, this could be cool. Because there was, when she first gets to the station with the cop that winds up killing his family, when they're in the office and they're talking, and he was like, hey, here's these things, you know, here's what's going on. And she's sitting there. I don't remember what all's in front of her because my memory of this is already fading and scarring over from the deep emotional scars of the waste of my time. But it's before she finds out the cipher. It's before she goes home. And it's before she goes and starts laying everything down to try to put everything together. It's as he's showing her the information that she then takes and then like lays out all the pink cards that are 1 through 31 and all that other crap. In that room as they're talking, I started to kind of feel, and it's going to sound weird to say because it was very untrue now, but in that couple of moments, I started feeling like, oh, this kind of feels like a Silence of the Lambs kind of moment with like the detective stuff going on separate from Hannibal Lecter. Like, was the FBI like working on trying to solve the problem, like, you know, and then it quickly devolved. And as soon as he was like, come in and meet my wife and daughter, I was like, oh, she's going to be a target at some point. And then I was like, oh, yeah, sure enough, I'm right. Oh, and he's like, do I have to cut the cakes? And I was like, okay, he's going to stab him up. Like, all right, that's how he's going to do this. And she's like, we'll be right back. He goes, I'll be right back. You'll still be in the kitchen. It's like, okay, yeah, he's about to go kill his wife. Like, it's so predictable. It's so loose. It's so lazy. There's no very, very little creativity. Like, why Longlegs? Oh, I thought it sounded cool.
Yeah.
Then you couldn't give it
Write a story to it.
like, dude, Buffalo Bill at least had a background.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no background to this guy.
Mm-mm.
You don't know who the hell he is, where he came from.
Mm-mm.
Don't make another one. We don't need a prequel. We don't need a sequel.
It's gonna happen.
No one gives a shit. I can't believe
could see
people
it.
are saying
could
it's
see
a
it.
good film
I
or
could
that
see
it's
it happening.
thrilling or gripping. I was never once tense.
No,
Like,
not through the whole movie.
not once, man. I was bored.
Yeah.
Like, and sleepy.
All the jump scare setups that never paid off were really annoying.
The dolls,
I think that was supposed to be the thrilling part of it. Was like the something's
stillness,
gonna happen and then nothing happens.
and
But
it's
that,
so quiet.
to me, that was just like boring.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
Like, the film was super quiet.
I would have taken a cat jump scare, dude. I
Dude,
would have taken one.
What really aggravates me is when she's standing in there, like, to make her mom food, and she hears a noise, and she, like, looks over, and she sees the bug crawl out from under the door, and then the door's locked. And I was like, oh, what's going to be the cool reveal down there? Like, they keep saying the man downstairs.
Yeah.
Is that, like, going to open up to hell? Like,
That's what I thought.
Like, is there going to be some real wild stuff in the third act? Nope.
Nope.
It's downstairs, and Longlegs happened to be staying down there building his dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once the deal was made 15 years ago, or I guess longer.
Yeah, because it was 78 to 95-ish, 94.
So 20 years. God, it's so stupid. The movie just
Yeah.
womp womp.
I
Don't waste your time.
fully
folks.
agree with you. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, formulate your own opinion, but it really did suck.
Yeah, but your opinion's going to be the same as mine, so don't waste your damn time. I'm saving your life. I'm saving an hour and a half of your life. And then, like, to make matters worse, my new computer gets here, and they sent me the wrong RAM. So I've got a brand new computer that is capable of so much more than my slightly older brand new computer. And it's not going to be till like Saturday that I can do this without having issues with my new camera. Because like at the end of the movie, I was like, well, that sucked. But I got my new camera and my new RAM. Like,
Mm-hmm.
or my new computer and my new RAM. And then I open up the box, pull it out, like, oh, this is so amazing. And then open up the RAM. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't the right size. So got to brand it. So then if you're watching this and you see that my computer is frozen or my camera is frozen several times already, it's because I don't have enough RAM in my current computer. And I didn't know that when I bought the computer. And it's on board, so it's all built in. You can't just pull out a RAM card and throw a bigger one in it. So I had to buy a whole new computer and then bought enough RAM to run multiple camera rigs and everything else. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the wrong RAM.
Yep.
Wah, wah.
Womp womp.
That was just like insult to injury. Like, if I didn't hate
And it
this
rains,
movie,
it pours, bud.
if I didn't hate this movie so much, I wouldn't be out here making a video about it. I'd have just gone straight to bed.
Yeah.
I'd have just said, to hell with all this. Good night.
Yeah.
And it's low energy review, but the movie was awful, and I cannot say that enough.
Yeah.
Like, can you think of anything else to say about this that I haven't already said or that you haven't already said?
Not really. I didn't like
Was
it.
there one creative moment that you saw?
I thought the acting was pretty good in it. And the cinematography was cool. Like it looked nice. Like everything looked
Well,
really
and they
polished
kept going to
and
like
nice.
Super 8.
Yeah,
for the
which was cool.
flashbacks.
Like the whole opening sequence.
It's all on Super 8.
I was like, that's pretty rad. And then it just kind of it, like you said, bad writing, loose plot, lots of holes, lots of unanswered questions that weren't even like fun unanswered questions. They were like stuff that would have actually helped like explain the story a little bit better. And then giving up on ideas really sucked because that really, I mean, like the balls were like such an important part. The cipher was such an important part, and both of those things got like thrown to the wayside. Once they were done with them, they were just done with them, and then that was it. You didn't get no information, no explanation, nothing. Just that's not important anymore. Like it felt like force fed.
There were no stakes.
No stakes, and the reveal at the end was so apparent, and like every beat that happened, it was like yeah, I know this is happening. Yeah, I know this is happening. Yeah, I know this is happening. Like none of it was surprising.
What gets me is the Chevy wagon that you see in the beginning was at her mom's house the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And she never
Noticed it.
Noticed that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Oz. It's really disheartening when you find a movie that sucks this bad. And I've only ever seen a few that were this terrible.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to remember, like, there was one I watched in high school. I don't remember what movie it was,
Eight-Legged Freaks.
but there was one. Eight-Legged Freaks was fun. Like, that was actually funny.
Really?
Yeah. Talking about the one with Marlon, not Marlon. Was it Marlon? The 7-Up commercials.
I don't remember the guy's
Yeah,
name.
Eight-Legged Freaks, the one where the spiders get
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. No, that was super fun. Dude from X-Files,
Mhm.
whose name I can't remember right now because my brain is healing itself.
He was in Evolution too.
Evolution was fun.
Evolution was fun.
Evolution was awesome.
Yeah.
And Eight-Legged Freaks was fun. I liked it.
I didn't like it.
I liked it. It was such a shoddy film.
Yeah. Very sci-fi.
But so was Evolution.
Yeah. But
They're
I thought
very,
it was
like-
done really well.
I enjoyed both of them. I used to have both of them. I don't know if I still do, but I know I did.
You probably have them in your binders.
Oh, dude, that had Dewey from Scream
Did it really?
in it. Yeah, if I remember right.
I don't remember him. I'm looking it up.
Pretty sure. I mean, I haven't watched a movie since I was in like high school.
We're talking about Evolution, right?
I was thinking one of them because it would just Eight-Legged Freaks. Yeah, Eight-Legged Freaks. There he is, right there.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, David Arquette. Yeah, he was the lead guy of Eight-Legged Freaks. Because then it was what's his face from X-Files and Evolution.
Mm-hmm. David Duchovny.
David Duchovny.
Duchovny.
Yes. And then Sean William Scott and
Yep.
Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones.
Yeah. Make 7 up yours.
Ethan Suplee is in it too.
Yep. Oh, Ethan Suplee.
When he was a big boy.
Ted Levine. Yep.
I like the Head and Shoulders bit. It was really funny when they know the active ingredient in Head and Shoulders right away.
I haven't seen this movie in
Every time I
forever.
see Head and Shoulders, I think of Evolution.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in forever. But I have it, and I love it.
It's a good movie.
It is great. It's fun.
It is really fun.
Like, not a disappointment. Like
The
this
apes that come out of the Evolution thing.
most disappointing movies.
You're gonna be so surprised at the list.
I know. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Well, this is Reddit. Oh, Dear John. Percy Jackson? I thought Percy Jackson was all right. The Wolfman was disappointing. I wouldn't say it was this disappointing. There was a few moments in there that were okay. It did suck, but it didn't suck this bad. Cop Out. Yeah, that kind of sucked, but it had a few moments. Alice in Wonderland, that was terrible. Green Zone, never saw it. Clash of the Titans, that had good moments.
Mhm.
The Losers, dude, I love The Losers.
Losers is awesome.
I love that movie. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010, didn't see it. Robin Hood, I enjoyed Robin Hood.
The 2018 one,
The 2010 one,
2010.
yeah, with Russell Crowe.
I don't know if I saw it.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't amazing by
Was it
any
an
stretch.
origin story?
Yes. All Robin Hood movies are an origin
I know.
story. I was waiting for you to ask too. But it's good. I enjoyed it. There were some realistic moments in it. It was more grounded. It was actually a British guy, not like Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Or not Mel Gibson, Kevin Costner.
Okay.
I was like, wouldn't even try to put on a British accent. He was just like, yep, I'm American. I'm a cowboy. And I am Robin Hood. Like, and it's still like a beloved film. And it's like, all right, yeah, it was all right. But Kevin Costner kind of sucks as Robin Hood. He's not British at all. But Russell Crowe, because he's Australian,
Mhm.
so he's like he can put on like
The
the
accent.
British side. But like he's actually like the armor he has to wear, um, like and how like they actually show Maid Marian helping him take off the armor,
Mhm.
like and seeing just how difficult it is to deal with wearing full ring mail armor,
Mhm.
like because I mean it's draped all the way to your ankles and it's heavy. So she's actually helping him take all that stuff off so he can take a bath. Like there's little things like that that I appreciate. Like they actually thought about, hey, yeah, he's not just wearing leather. Like archers were the snipers,
Mhm.
and they were your most valued soldiers. So yeah, you're gonna, especially if they've
Clad
got
him
some
in
kind of
armor.
rank,
Yeah.
they're gonna be wearing some gear. Shrek Forever After, I enjoyed it. Prince of Persia, I liked that movie.
I haven't seen it in so long.
I liked it.
You remember I was talking about when we talked about Predators and like the night I remember seeing it? Prince of Persia was a second movie. But because I was so pumped on Predators, I didn't even pay attention to Prince of Persia. But I watched those two movies the
I
same
enjoyed it.
night.
That movie is actually the movie that made me start rethinking Jake Gyllenhaal because I'd never liked him
Really?
until I watched that. And then I watched a few other movies and I was like,
You
all
like
right,
him?
yeah, I like him.
Did you ever see Nightcrawlers?
Oh, dude, I love Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler's awesome.
Yeah, love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Jonah Hex.
I'd love to have that job too.
I've
That
never
job
seen
would be gnarly.
Yeah, but it's expensive. It's
Mhm.
a pain in the ass. There's actually, but long before that movie, there was TV shows about Nightcrawlers.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. Like downtown LA Nightcrawlers.
That's cool.
And there's like a few like YouTube movies that you can watch
Mhm.
that are all like they're not movies, they're documentary style, actually following like some of the biggest Nightcrawlers in LA.
Oh, cool.
The Last Airbender, that's the 2010 one.
Yeah, that's
It's okay.
it was a letdown.
It wasn't great,
No.
but it does follow a lot. It's the imagery that sucks.
Mhm.
Like they got so much wrong.
The pulling the fire out of fire really bummed me out.
Yeah, that they couldn't just generate their own fire.
It really bummed me out.
Appa looked god awful.
God awful.
But like some of the other casts did okay looking the part.
Mhm.
They just didn't do a very good job acting the part.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Iroh was god awful,
Mhm.
and Uncle Iroh is like he's probably my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that great. The show, however, I love very much.
Show's great.
Dinner for Schmucks. I think I saw it once.
I love that movie.
Don't really remember much of it.
It's a great movie.
Vampires Suck. Never watched it. I watched clips of it on YouTube because it's a spoof. Wall Street. Money Never Sleeps. Never saw it. Hereafter. Nope. Due Date. Yeah, Due Date sucked. The thing about Due Date that pissed me off is it's a very loose reimagining of planes, trains, and automobiles,
Mm.
and I didn't like it. Skyline. I'm torn with Skyline because it was an amazing premise, but the best part was the ending.
Is that the Alien movie?
Yeah, and then I never watched the next two movies,
Mm.
which is like Skylines and something else. But it was a fun premise. I think if they'd have done it a little better. Chronicles of Narnia, I love those movies. Yogi Bear, yeah, that was kind of rough. Little Fockers, kind of sucked. The Green Hornet, sucked. The Dilemma, don't remember it. Battle Los Angeles,
I liked it.
didn't watch it. Let's see. The Hangover Part 2, I enjoyed it. Green Lantern, trash. Cowboys and Aliens, I liked that movie.
I did too. I saw it in theaters with my dad.
In Time, I liked that movie.
It was the last movie I saw with him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
2011?
Yeah. See how much I hang out with my dad.
Yeah. In Time, I liked that movie.
I did fall asleep in the theater for like 15 minutes though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I watched that opening day.
Mm.
My dad won tickets, and we all went and watched it. And that was like world-changing movie because it was the first Star Wars in forever, since the 80s. And it didn't age well, but I loved watching it when I was
When it
watching
came out, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, and then they introduced Darth Sith.
Mm.
I was like, or Darth Maul, I mean.
Darth Maul.
and like, but it's the first time you ever see like another Sith outside of Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the Emperor.
and dude, Darth Maul was so dope
Yeah.
until he wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm. Darth Maul is actually Toad from X-Men. Same actor.
Portraying him.
Yeah.
But you know who voiced him?
Hmm.
Wasn't him. The guy who voiced him was the guy who played. We just watched something with him in it. He played the Tick in the Amazon, the most recent
yeah.
Tick.
Yeah.
He was also the sommelier in John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Yeah, not a big fan. John Carter. I fucking love that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's so good, and Disney screwed that pooch hard.
Really?
Yeah. I have the entire collection of John Carter. John Carter is, now, if you really argue back and forth, it could go either way, but John Carter is arguably one of the very first comic books, period.
Mm.
There's like him and like Tarzan. And yeah, I have the entire collection of the John Carter comics.
Mm.
I love John Carter. It's such a fun story. And the movie was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Taylor Kitsch from Friday Night Lights.
Mm.
And it didn't get served any justice. Disney didn't really promote it.
Can I see the cover art for it?
Disney didn't promote it at all. Like, I love that movie. I really do love that movie. And I was really pissed that because they dropped the ball on advertising, it never got sequels. Because
I lost it.
It's a very long series.
I lost it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's John Carter of Mars is the actual, is the comic book title.
I don't know if I ever saw it.
It takes place in it's like the 1800s.
Okay.
And he's a prospector. And like he shows up in this, supply bar or whatever, buys a bunch of supplies, goes because he's looking for this one cave that somehow he knows that in this area there's gold.
Mm-hmm.
Goes there, gets in this big shootout and stuff. He's on the run because he just busted up a bunch of people, and finds his cave full of gold, and then finds something else. It's been a few years since I've seen it, and gets like knocked out, wakes up somewhere else. Turns out he wakes up on Mars. He's teleported. What he found was he killed there's these monks with like these blue eyes. And Lord Blackwood is one of the monks.
Okay.
He's like the head monk. So it's Jeremy Strong. He kills him and he picks up something that the guy dropped. He was messing with. Well, it's a teleporter that allows these people to teleport between
From
Earth
to
and Mars.
Okay.
And you get there, and Mars has this insane amount of life on it, and it's very technologically advanced. And he winds up falling in love with the princess of Mars, and like goes through like all this crazy stuff. And so Earth and Mars aren't called Earth and Mars on Mars.
Okay.
It's Barsum and Jasum. Martians don't know that there's life on Earth.
Okay.
And Earth doesn't know there's life on Mars. But he's able to, winds up being able to teleport between the two. It's a fantastic story. The alien life forms are great. Woola is like a 6-legged dog. It looks like kind of like a toad almost too.
Okay.
But it's like super fast.
Okay.
And it's big. But then he gets found by these tribal aliens that have 4 arms, and they're like tall green aliens. And he winds up learning. He winds up being able to speak their language and stuff. But because of the atmosphere difference between Earth and Mars, he's able to basically be Superman. When he like jumps.
Yeah.
He like jumps a mile. Like the dude just flies. So it's really fun. I think it's great. Me and the boys love it. We've watched it a ton of times. We still quote it.
Okay.
Like They call him Virginia because the aliens call him Virginia because he's from Virginia.
Okay.
And so when he meets the head of the tribesman's introducing himself, and he goes, John Carter, Virginia. And they go, Virginia? And he goes, no, John Carter. He goes, Virginia. So he calls him Virginia through the whole freaking movie. So John Carter. Here, I'll pull up some more images so you can see. It's so good, dude. There's so many different crazy aliens and crazy things that happen. Not images, stupid. Because Willem Dafoe plays the voice of the head alien. Yeah, Thomas Hayden Church is in it. So Sandman. Bryan Cranston's in it. Mark Strong is the head of that order.
Really good cast.
Jon Favreau's in it. Like, dude, yeah, the cast is huge. Dawn Stark. It's a huge freaking cast. John Carter. I'll go back to images. Let's find him. So these are the tribes aliens that find him. Those are the ones that call him Virginia. Yeah, dude, it bombed because they screwed it over.
Really?
Yep. Disney didn't put any backing into it. They didn't believe in it, so they didn't support it, and then it failed. And it was, here's Woola.
Oh, it does look like a toad.
Yeah, Woola's amazing. It's like the best dog you could ever have. Yeah, dude, the movie's great. I've got it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
And plus, it's Disney, so it'll be in there on Disney. Super underrated. I don't think enough people watched it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's worth every second. I think you'll really dig it.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, huge cast. But there's so many fun moments and really good action. I really enjoy it. Like, just the stuff you see is really cool. And I only knew about it because my dad was telling me about it one day. Like, I had just gotten divorced, so I was staying with him for a couple of months. And he had just seen it. Him and Rachel and a couple of their friends went out and watched it. And so like 2 days later, he was like, man, you got to see this movie. And he's like, I don't want to tell you anything about it, but you will love it. You need to find it. You need to watch it. I said, okay. So I watched it and I immediately fell in love with it. So I went out and, eventually found, once it came out on Blu-ray, bought it on Blu-ray. Like, I love that movie.
Okay.
And then started buying comics, and then I bought the big hardback definitive collection, this big collector's edition of it. Yeah, great film. I feel better now talking about something I enjoy.
I'm glad we found one on that list.
Yeah, like, anyways. So yeah, don't watch Longlegs. It's not worth any of your time or any of your money, and this movie needs to go away and die and never come back.
Bet you $1 million they come out with a sequel.
Sadly, you might be right. And I'd be very sad if you were.
I'm not going to watch it.
Don't watch it. If you want us to crap on it more, let us know, and I will gladly, when I've got more energy, just light this
it's going to come up
fire.
again.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to shit on this movie for a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to come up, and I'm going to, once I've got more energy, yeah, and this is a little bit behind me. I was able to
process
and kind of pick myself back up after this terrible knockdown. Just need to watch a few more good movies that have got some good jump scares and have got some stakes.
Really looking forward to Substance.
Yeah.
Did you see the preview for that?
Yeah.
The preview for that looked
so
really good.
That looks fantastic.
Demi Moore looks like she really put her heart and soul into it.
Yeah. Yeah, woman can act, and she's been away for a while.
She has.
So that means this is something she wanted to do.
Yeah. She was excited
about it. I don't think
it.
she needs the money.
No, I think she was just
set
excited
on that
to do it.
Sweet G.I. Jane money.
Yeah.
That striptease money. Yeah, I look forward to that one. I really can't wait to see Don't Let Go.
Yeah.
That's
something that looks good too.
Yeah, because it's got the feeling.
Halle Berry, right?
Yeah, it's got, and I'm not really a big fan of hers.
Yeah.
So she's not the draw. For me, it reminds me of A Quiet Place.
Yeah, it's
And
got the feel for it.
I love those movies. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's kind of like that.
similar to it. I
Like
can see that.
Like, have you ever seen The Darkest Hour?
I don't think so.
That's another. It's a really good like alien movie.
Okay.
I've got that one in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, Darkest Hour is really good. I think
Digital
you'll
or
dig it.
hard copy?
Hard copy.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's in there. I really enjoyed that one, and you might be able to find it for free somewhere. It's been out a long time, but that movie is great. So I don't know why I thought of it, but just something about
The
two.
Darkest Hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Darkest Hour. Very different than what we're
We were
talking about,
yeah.
but I enjoyed that one too. But yeah, Quiet Place. There's a few scenes of Quiet Place. Day one that kind of reminded me of Darkest Hour.
Okay.
Another great movie, good cast. Emil Hirsch.
Emil Hirsch.
Yeah, that's the kid that's the dude that plays in it. Emil Hirsch was like, he was pretty big there for a little while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Name doesn't sound familiar.
I'm trying to picture the other movies he was in. He was in a bunch of stuff there for a few years.
I'd probably recognize his face if you showed me.
Emil Hirsch was in The Girl Next Door. I love that movie.
It's a good one.
Into the Wild.
I don't think I saw it.
He was Speed Racer, Alpha Dog.
Oh, okay.
He was the kid who gets killed in Alpha Dog. Yeah, that's Emil Hirsch.
Okay, yeah, I recognize him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was in Lone Survivor.
Mhm.
He was one of the guys in Lone Survivor.
Mhm.
But yeah, The Darkest Hour, 2011. It is on the CW, Plex, Amazon. Plus, I have it. But that's the cover of the
Okay, I'll check it out.
of the box.
I'll watch John Carter and Darkest Hour.
John
tonight.
Carter's fun, dude. John Carter's
Which one should I
really
watch
fun.
first?
It depends. Like, do you want to end with? I mean, they're both really good. Darkest Hour isn't like there's going to be some tense moments, but it's going to be like a zombie film. Like it's not going to be like holy crap scary,
Mhm.
but there are going to be like some tense. You're going to be
Okay.
like, fucking run, bro, run,
Yeah.
get down. Like you're going to have some of that.
Yeah.
And John Carter's just
Fun.
entertainment.
Okay.
Like just
Probably do John Carter last.
feel good.
Yeah,
Like
something good to go to bed on.
yeah, I mean you're gonna be if you enjoy it the way everyone else I've ever had watch it enjoyed it,
Mhm.
you're gonna be you're gonna laugh quite a bit. You're gonna be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like you're gonna enjoy some things. Like and you're definitely gonna like have an emotional tie to
Mhm.
John Carter. I probably less than halfway through, you're like, dude, this character's rad.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be pulling for him. But yeah, it's just fun, feel good. But Darkest Hour, like there's some moments that's like, being chased and
Mhm.
like hiding.
You
and,
said it was on Amazon, right?
yeah,
Okay.
according to my phone. Yeah, it's Darkest Hour. I think you'll really dig it. It's a really fun, like, holy crap, that just happened film. So, yeah, definitely palate cleansers.
Yeah.
Something that's actually got good storyline and good actors. Like doing fun things that have stakes, that have a fully fleshed story and actually have an ending and have good ideas that are fleshed out throughout the whole thing and that are callback tos. Like you'll see one good idea here and then in 45 minutes it'll come up again. Like not just, oh, I figured it out and now it's done. Yeah. So anyways, so that was our take on Longlegs and then a few palate cleanser ideas after. So
Yep.
don't waste your time. Don't watch it. And you'll definitely hear us shit on it some more in the future. So from Tucson, Arizona, I've been Randy.
I'm Daniel.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.